Hey everybody, so this is probably the biggest piece of news that has come out in regards to how in the hell Telltale on Friday just announced to the whole world that they are closing down. This has been the biggest piece of information, the most revealing information that's been given to us since Friday, and it definitely sheds a light on why this came as such a shock to everyone from the community to the news media to, well, the employees. And this is a breaking story from Variety, in which the piece, which is written by Brian Crescente, is titled AMC Smilegate backed out of funding talks with Telltale a day before closure. And I'm reading right now directly from the article that's on Variety's website. Telltale Games' sudden catastrophic laying off of nearly all of its 274 employees with no notice, no severance, and barely a week's worth of health care came just a day after two potential investors walked away from potential funding talks on Thursday, sources tell Variety. Both AMC and Smilegate were in discussion to invest in Telltale Games, a deal that management had been working on to essentially save the company. On Thursday, Telltale held a meeting to tell its employees that negotiations with AMC were going well and that management expected confirmation of funding within a few weeks. One employee said it was painted as a done deal. But on Thursday afternoon, one of the two companies backed out. The other company exited negotiations Thursday night. It's not known why both companies decided to back away from the financing deal on the same day. Lionsgate too decided to write off the funding it had already invested in Telltale. It's unclear whether Smilegate, a massive Korean developer of online and mobile games, or AMC, with a stable of massive original properties, were hoping to have Telltale work on new games with them or simply wanted to invest in funding. AMC declined to comment when reached for comment. And both companies backing out of Thursday led to the essential closure of Telltale the next day. Friday afternoon, the company held a meeting to tell all but 24 of its employees that they were being let go effective immediately. They were issued paper paychecks for compensation through Friday and told they had to vacate the building in 30 minutes. Email was shut down immediately. Employees were given no severance and healthcare runs out at the end of the month. Everyone in attendance was encouraged to apply for unemployment by the end of the day. So that's pretty much the main points that were given in this Variety article. Basically, to sum it up, as if it wasn't clear, Telltale was in talks with both AMC and this company called Smilegate, as it said, a Korean developer of online and mobile games, both of which were looking to heavily invest in Telltale. As to the details of those agreements that they were negotiating, no one really knows what it was going to be. Was it just going to be an investment on AMC and Smilegate's part, or was it actually going to be like a licensing deal that Telltale would make games based on one of their properties? No idea as to the extent of that. That hasn't been given. But basically, these two deals were necessary for Telltale to go forward. It was necessary for both of these deals, or maybe just at least one of these deals, to keep the company afloat for the time being, at least to the end of the final season, in which case we wouldn't be having the problems that we would be having now with concerning the final season, Wolf Among Us, and Stranger Things. However, both companies just abruptly kind of backed out of the deal, even though, at least according to Telltale, things were going well, and since we don't have comments from either AMC or Smilegate in regards to what happened on their side that made them back out, it eventually resulted in them saying, we're not interested anymore, and then Telltale, who put all their eggs in this one basket of this needs to happen or we're fucked, just got fucked, basically. Because this deal didn't go through, they were going to run out of money, or they wouldn't have the funds to keep every single person employed and not be able to continue at the production that they were. So as a result, they abruptly fired 90% of their staff. So this explains why this just came as a huge shock. As to earlier in the week, they were releasing the trailer for Stuff for the Children. They acted like everything was going fine, all to just end the week saying, yeah, we gotta tell all of you to get the hell out of our office. And that explains why now there's only 25 people at Telltale, basically the skeleton crew working on Minecraft to fulfill that obligation, and why they're now looking for partners to sell The Walking Dead to. So that definitely explains it. That sheds some light. Again, there's no details as to why this deal went through. I would imagine both companies probably asked Telltale to see their financial records. Telltale showed them, and they were like, "We can't invest." That's just a theory on my part. No idea if that's actually the case, but clearly there was something in this deal that Telltale was thinking very positively on, thinking they got it, which would also probably explain why they kept hiring or kept acting like things were okay, which was very stupid of them. It's even more stupid now because even if you thought it was a done deal, it wasn't set in stone, and you see now why. You jumped the gun big time, Telltale. Like, they really did jump the gun big time on this deal, and now they have to reap what they sow. And this all comes a few hours after it was announced that Telltale is being sued by its former employees in a class action lawsuit, that they are in violation of what's known as the WARN Act, which is federal legislation that was passed in 1988, which basically sets some parameters as to the warning of employees of a company as to when they will be terminated. It has to be up to a certain amount of days, and Telltale being a California-based company, which is run heavily by Democrats especially, they have some of the most strict legislation and regulations concerning employee termination that go much further than the WARN Act of 1988 originally lays out. They go much more strict with these regulations, and it basically said, if I'm recalling correctly, Telltale had to give the employees like 60 days notice, plus some other stuff had to be met, and now Telltale is getting sued in federal court for violating the WARN Act. So even if Telltale were to get these people their severance, they'd probably still be in huge amounts of legal trouble because they did violate, apparently, this federal legislation. But that's all we can give you right now. Right now, the fate of The Walking Dead is still uncertain. No agreements have been reached, and these two pieces of information are not good signs concerning Telltale. The fact that they're being sued, and this Variety report that says they had investors to keep the company afloat for a while, but they eventually backed out, which caused them to fire everyone. Anyway, that's the latest news concerning Telltale. I will probably try and keep you guys posted when new information is revealed. If anything else gets revealed, I'll probably make another video. In the meantime, I'm still working on getting my playthrough of Stuff for the Children up for you, but this will hold you over until then, hopefully. And just be on the lookout for Stuff for the Children, and I will be here to try and keep an eye on things in regards to Telltale and the latest going on with them.